Okay, here is a short, I'll try to do a short one, a short tutorial over Malcolm Williams, He Suffered. Once again, this is a short tutorial going over Malcolm Williams, He Suffered. The song is in the key of B flat. We'll get started with the scale and the number system, and then get started with the song. In the key of B flat is the 1, C is the 2, D is the 3, E flat is the 4, F is the 5, G is the 6, A is the 7, B flat is the 1. And that's the scale and the number system for the key of B flat. I'll do a short preview of the song and then I'll get started with it. So it goes. They make the crucifixion seem so simple and so plain. They make it seem like Jesus endured some little pain. I know you've all seen pictures, but that is not how it was. And if you allow me, I'll tell you how he suffered and bled on the cross. He suffered for me. He bled and died for me. He suffered for me. And he gave his life for me. He suffered. 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 Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. That's love. They hung him high. They stretched him wide. He hung his head. For me, he died. That's love. That's love. But that's not how the story ends. 3 days later, he rose again. That's love. That's love. He's been better to me than I've been to myself. Better to me than I've been to myself. That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. Okay, so that's Malcolm Williams, He Suffered, but that's the way that my church sings it. So it may not be note for note, chord for chord, part for part, but that's the way we do it at my church. Okay, so it's a really easy song to play. You're gonna start off on the 4, okay? You're gonna start off on the 4th tone of the scale, which is E flat, and then you're gonna go to the 6. And this part is gonna be repeated a lot throughout the song, so really get this down. You're gonna start on the 4, so in your left hand is gonna be E flat. Your right hand, you can basically play a B flat major chord in second inversion. So that's gonna be F, B flat, and D. So you got E flat in the left hand, and the right hand, F, B flat, and D. So no matter what part you start at. Either, you know, they made the crucifixion or he suffered. No matter where you start, you can start with that chord. Now what I typically do is I'll add this G in there as well. And when you really look at what this chord is, it's basically like an E flat major 7 with an add 9. But if you want to look at it as an easier way so you can know what inversions you can go to, just look at it like you're playing a B flat major chord over E flat. Or a B flat, yeah, so I want to mess it up. So B flat. Okay, that's the first chord. The second chord you're going to go to is over the G, which is the 6. So you're going to go from the 4 to the 6. So you're going to have G in your left hand. And your right hand, it basically looks like you're playing an F major chord in first inversion. F major in first inversion. So A, C, F. That's A, C, F. And that's over G. Okay? Now, since you basically know that you're basically just playing an F major chord in your right hand over G, you can play it different ways. So you can play it like a really big F major chord, F, A, C, F. You can add the G in your right hand as well by pushing down on the F and the G. Oh, sorry. F, G, A, C, F over G. You can do it that way too if you want, okay? Just to let you know. So start off, once again, from the top of the song, you start off from the E flat, playing a B flat major chord over the E flat, and then you go over to the G, playing the F major chord over the G. And then you do that again. So, he suffered for me. He bled and died. Notice I went right back to that first chord that I played over the E flat. Right now I'm just cycling between those two chords. The E flat major, or the E flat chord I showed you, and the G chord I showed you. Top of the song, he suffered for me. He bled and died for me. He suffered for me. Now here's where it changes. You're going to go to the 2. He gave his life. So over the 2 is C. So you have C in your left hand with the E flat major chord in first inversion in your right hand. So you got G, B flat, E flat. That's C in the left hand with a G, B flat, E flat. He gave his life. Now from here you're going to go to the 5. The 5th tone is F, but we're going to walk to the F. Just single notes. We're not going to chord this. We're going to go 3, 4, 5. And it's kind of quick. So 3, 4, 5. So what that is D in the left hand, E flat in the left hand, F in the left hand. Here's how it goes. So I'll start from the top and I'll work my way up to that. He suffered for me. He bled and died for me. He suffered. All I'm doing is arpeggiating these chords. I'm not hitting any different notes. I'm just hitting them over and over again. Here's the 2. like that, but I hit the wrong chord, so. So 2, 3, 4, 5, C, D, E flat, F. Okay. He gave his life. Like that. So remember, the right hand, you're playing the E flat major chord. You're going to hit the chord at the same time that you hit the C. And then you go D, E flat, hit the chord again with the F. Okay, so when you get to that 2, hit the E flat major chord that I showed you. 2 single notes, D, E flat, F, and break on the F with that same E flat major chord that you had in your right hand. You're just gonna hit it again. So, he gave his life, like that. He gave his life. One more time. He gave his life. That's how it's gonna sound. Now from there, you're gonna go to the 7 to the 1. The for me is a 7-1. So you got the 7, which is A in your left hand. In the right hand, F, A, C. A 5 major chord over the 7. F major chord over the 7, which is A. So you got F, A, C. For me. Now you're gonna go right back up to the 1. So you got B flat in your left hand with the F, B flat, D in the right. That's the first part of the song, and it follows that same pattern when they do the second part of the song. The cross was very heavy. Okay, so let's go into that. Remember the top of the song, because we're going to the top basically. You got the 4 in your left hand with that B flat major chord in the right. The cross was very heavy, and it was twice his weight. Same chords that I showed you. There were no nails placed in his hands. They were thick iron pins. Now, I think I messed up somewhere. Let me go over the whole thing. So, because I think I forgot to show you a part. So you got E flat on the left first. The cross was very heavy to the 6. It was twice his weight. E flat. There were no nails placed in his hands. G. They were thick iron pins. Now you start at the 2. Now this is if you're doing the verse. Now if you're doing the he suffered thing, then you would do the one that I showed you last time. But if you're in a verse, then it changes it a little bit. So sorry about that. You start off on the 2. I know you've all. The 2 is the same chord that I showed you. C in the left with the G, B flat, E flat. I know you've all. From there, you're going to go to the 3. Okay? You go to the 3 with a D in the left hand. F, B flat, and D in the right. I know you all. That's the 3. So you got a B flat major chord in second inversion, and your right hand over D. And then you go to the 4 with the E flat major chord. So you're on E flat in the left hand, and you're gonna go to a E flat major chord in first inversion in your right hand. G, B flat, E flat. So notice you start off on that chord, G, B flat, E flat over the C. And then you switch it to a 1 chord over the 3, which is F, B flat, D. And then you go right back to that chord that you just had, but now you're playing it over the 4. G, B flat, E flat. Okay? I know you've all seen pictures, but sorry. I know you've all seen pictures, but that is not how. So the next chord, you're going to the 5. You got F in your left hand with that same F, B flat, D. So all we've done in our right hand so far is switch back from the 1 to the 4, to the 1, to the 4, to the 1. We started off on the 4 actually. 4 to the 1, 4 to the 1. That's all we've done. No weird chords, just. I know you've all seen pictures, but that is not how. Okay, this is where we ended so far. F in the left with the F, B flat, D. Now we're getting ready to go to the flat 7. Okay, remember we're in the key of B flat, so the flat 7 would be A flat. We're getting ready to play an A flat major chord. Let me work my way up to it. From that, starting at the 2, I know you've all seen pictures, that part. You got 2. I know you 3, seen pictures 4, that is not 5, to the flat 7. Okay, let me do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Now the flat 7 is A flat in the left hand. Right hand is A flat, B flat, C, E flat. Okay. I know you've all seen pictures, but that is not how it was. Okay. And then you start that 2 thing back over. If you allow me, I'll tell you how we. So 2 to the 3, same chords I just showed you. Over the 2, you got the G flat, the E flat major chord, G, B flat, E flat. Over the C, and then you go to the 3 with the D in the left hand with the F, B flat, and D. If you allow me, I'll tell you how we. Now this part changes a little bit. It goes flat 7, 6, 5. Suffered and bled on the cross. Suffered and bled on the cross. Okay, so flat 7, 6 to the 5. The chord over the flat 7, A flat major chord. I'm doing an A flat major 9. So you got A flat in the left hand, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, or you can just play a regular A flat major chord if you want. Okay? A flat in the left, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, or omit the B flat. Suffered and bled. You got G. Now you're going down to the sorry, you're going down to the 6. For some reason, I thought I was in the key of A flat now. So you got the 6 in your left hand, which is G. Right hand is G, B flat, E flat. Suffered and bled on the cross. Now you're going to keep the same chord in your right hand, which is G, B flat, E flat, and you play it over the 5. Suffered and bled on the cross. Okay. F with the G, B flat, E flat. From there, you go right back to the top of the song. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the top of the song now because I know I kind of threw you off a little bit with the beginning part, and I'll show you exactly how it goes. Now we're at the top of the song singing He Suffered. He suffered is that E flat in the left hand with the B flat major chord in the second inversion in the right. For me, we're at the G in the left hand with the F major chord in first inversion in our right. He bled and died, back to the E flat chord, for me. And it does do like a so I'll give you that real fast. You can just look at it like 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5. B flat, A, G, F. You can look at it like that, or if you want to get all fancy with it, not really that fancy, but you can start at the 8, 7, 6, 5 in your left hand, and then go from the 3 in your right hand going down. So you got D in your right hand, and you're basically going down the scale. D, C, B flat, A in your right hand, while you're doing a B flat, A, G, F in your left hand. B flat and D, A and C, B flat and G and B flat, sorry, F and A. From there, you're going to go to the 3. So 3 to the 4. So after that little movement, you got to 3 to the 4. Over the 3, you got D in your left hand with the F, A, C. F major chord over D. Back to the top of the song, or top of that E flat major chord or E flat chord going to that G. So start over again since I added something else. He suffered for me. He bled and died for me. That's how it goes. For me. And he gave his life for me. That's that 7 to the 1. And I'll teach you that chord later. They make the crucifixion seem so simple and so plain. They make it seem like Jesus. B flat major, B flat, D, F to that F major chord in the first inversion. That's what I did right there. B flat major to a F major. That's what I did to give it a little bit of more stuff. They make it seem like Jesus, right there, endured so little pain. Here's that 2. I know you've all seen pictures, that's the 3, but that's the 4. Not how, that's the 5. It was, that's the flat 7. If you allow me, that's the 2. Me, that's the 3. I'll tell you how he suffered and bled on the cross. That's the flat 7, 6, 5. I'll tell you how he suffered and bled on the cross. Suffered and bled on the cross. Okay, and then back to the top of the song with He Suffered. He suffered for me. He bled and died for me. He suffered for me. This chord I said I was going to show you. This is a chord that can take you back to the top of the verse or the top of the song, however you want to do it. It's a 3 chord. Okay, this chord over the 3, you got D in your left hand, G flat, B flat, C, F. This a D. I ain't gonna try to name it because I'm gonna butcher it. Okay, so D in the left hand, G flat, B flat, C, F, and then I'll take you back to the top of the song. The cross was very heavy, and it was twice as well. There were no notes placed in his hands. You can also hit that 3 chord that I just showed you as a way to get to that 6 chord. So instead of just going straight from the 4 to the 6, that's what we've been doing this whole time. 4 to the 6. You can go 4, 3, 6. Do it again. 4, 3, 6. One more time. 4, 3, or to the 6. You can do that if you want to add that in there. The cross was very heavy. It was twice as well. There were no nuts placed in his hands. They were thick iron hands. I know you've all heard stories, but that is not how it was. If you allow me, I'll tell you how he suffered and bled on the cross. He suffered for me. He bled and died for me. He suffered for me. And he gave his life for me. Alright, here's the next part of the song. Suffered. So what this is, this progression is a 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. One more time. 2, which is C, 3, which is D, 4, which is E flat, 2, which is C, 5, which is F. Over the 2, you got a G flat, B flat, C, E flat. Okay, that's the chord over the 2. G flat, B flat, C, E flat. Over the C. All you're gonna do is you're gonna drop this G flat and this E flat down. So the G flat is gonna go to the F, the E flat is gonna go to the D. Sorry. this a lot in gospel music. Alright, so you got, I showed you the chord over the C. Here's the chord over the D. You got D in the left hand, F, B flat, C, D. Once again, the chord over the D, which is the 3 in the left hand, is F, B flat, C, D. 2, 3. Now you're going to go to the 4, and you're going to go back to the chord that you just played over the 2. E flat in the left hand, G flat, B flat, C, E flat. Here's the C. Because remember, we're going 2, 3, 4, 2. So now we're back on the 2, which is C. And we got that same chord that we played over the C originally, which is G flat, B flat, C, and E flat. 2, 3, 4, 2. Notice how we didn't go back down here, we stayed here. 2, 3, 4, 2. Stay on the same chord that you was on the 4 with. Don't go back down here. But now when you get to that 5, now you went right back down to that chord. So now you're on the 5, F in the left hand with the F, B flat, C, and D in your right hand. F in the left hand, F, B flat, C, D in the right hand. And that's the whole thing right there. Ba, 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 ba. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. Okay? Let's go into the next part when they say he suffered, and they're saying he suffered over and over again. That's what leads into that part. He suffered. And then when you get to that 5, depending on the feel that you want, you can build it or you can make it pretty. So, he suffered. So, if you want to make it pretty and more softer, then you just kind of arpeggiate like a B flat major chord. Okay? B flat, D, F. You can add the C in there if you want. So, B flat, C, D, and F are the notes that you would like basically arpeggiate to make it pretty. He suffered. He suffered. Okay. But after that 5, he suffered. You're gonna go down to the 4. He suffered, which is gonna be E flat on the left hand, and you're gonna be playing a 5 major chord in your right hand, so F, A, C. Okay, he suffered. You're basically playing a B flat major chord over the 5. He suffered. You're playing an F major chord over the E flat. He suffered. Now you're playing you're gonna go from the 3 to the 6. So you're gonna play a 3, which is D in the left hand. Your right hand is basically gonna play what looks like an F minor chord. So when you get to this 3, you're playing what looks like an F minor chord. An F minor consists of the notes F, A flat, and C. Okay, so you got from the top of that part, B flat major chord over the 5. That's the 5. There's your B flat major chord. He suffered. Now you're on the 4, playing the F major chord. Major chord, right? But now you're going to the 3 and you're just going to change that into an F minor chord. D. There's your F minor. F, A flat, C. From here you're going to go to the 6. This is where we left off. We're going to go to the 6 now, which is G. And we're going to switch our right hand chord to a diminished, an F diminished chord. So we got G in the left hand, which is the 6. Right hand we got F, A flat, B, and D. Okay, so we went from a 3 to the 6. And then guess what? We're going to go back to that 2 chord that we started this whole thing off with. So we got C in the left hand, which is the 2. Right hand, G flat, D flat, C, E flat. And then we're going to start the whole part over again. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. And I already showed you that progression, and I showed you the chords that go to it. Okay? 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. To the 4, to the 4. Playing the F major chord over the 4. Now we're going to the D, F minor. Diminished. Back to the 2. Do the thing again. Bum, 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 suffered. He suffered. He suffered. He suffered. He suffered. That's the 5. He suffered. He suffered. He suffered. All I did is change my inversion. I played the same chord, I just changed the inversion. What was that? I'm outlining the F diminished chord that I showed you. I'm outlining an F, A flat, B, D. And I'm just either going up with these notes or I'm going down with these notes. Playing with these notes that are in my hand. F, A flat, B, and D. That's the F diminished chord that you would play over that, or the chord that you would play over the 6. So I'm just playing with those notes. And doing some pickup notes before that F minor on the 3. So you got D in the left hand, pickup notes could be F, G, and then hit that F minor chord. I'm just playing the F minor chord in second inversion right here. So dun, dun, dun. C, F, A flat, to the F diminished over G. Playing with those notes of the same chord. You don't have to do that, I'm just showing you can. Back to the 2. All right. Let me start from the very top of the song. I'm gonna work my way up there, just shouting out the numbers, and then we'll teach you the very final part. Jesus went to Calvary. So you got, he suffered, that's the 4. For me, that's a 6. He let him die. 6. 3, 4 to the 6 to the 2 to the 5, 7, 1 to the 3, 4 to the 6, back to the 4 to the 6. Here's that lick. 3 to the 4. Sorry about that. 3 to the 6. I may have messed up right there because I'm shouting out numbers instead of singing the song. But you got 2. I know you are 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Back to the 2. And if you allow me 3, tell you how you suffered and bled on the cross. That was the flat 7, 6 to the 5. He suffered, that's the 4, for me, that's the 6. He bled and died for me. Here's that lick. 3, 4, for me. He gave his life, going to the 2. He gave his life to the 5, 7, 1. Now let's go to that 2 going to the 5. He suffered to the 4. He suffered to the 3. He suffered. He suffered. That's the 2. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. He suffered. And it just keeps repeating that as long as you want to until you come out of that going. Now, when you're coming out of that, if you want to go to the Jesus went to Calvary thing, what I typically do is I go 2, 3, 4, 2, and instead of going to the 5 like we've been doing, I go 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, and this will start the Jesus went to Calvary part. So Jesus went over the 4. You got a B flat major chord on your right, B flat, D, F. Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch. Now you're on the 3. D in the left hand. This is 3. F major chord in first inversion in your right, or any inversion for that matter. But I'm doing A, C, F. So I'll start off with the 4. Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. So you can either do a B flat major chord in your right hand, F, B flat, D, or I like this one better. So you got G in the left hand over the 6, because that's where we are now. And you got an F major chord in your right hand, F, A, C. If you want to add the octave F, you can too. So start at 4. Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch. All I did right there is walk from the C, D flat, D. You don't have to do that. To save a wretch like you and me. There, I went to the 6. From the 3 to the 6. Basically using the same chord. F major chord over the D. F major chord over the G. That's love. Now you got the 2. C in the left hand. G, B flat, E flat. That's love. Now you're going to do a 5-1-4 progression. Okay? That's love. The 5, left hand, that's the 5. The right hand, A flat, C, E flat, G. That's love. B flat, which is the 1, because you're doing a 5, 1, 4 progression. You got B flat on the left, A flat, C, D, F. Or instead of the F, you can just stay on that G if you want, but however you want that to sound. Either with the F or with the G. If you want that in there. So that's love. And then from there you start it over. Jesus, man. Because here's the 4. You did a 5, 1, 4. And when you get back to the 4, you're starting that whole part over again. They hung him high, they stretched him wide. He hung his head, for me he died. That's love. That's love. That's not how the story ends. 3 days later, he rose again. That's love. So hopefully that gives you something to work on, and hopefully that helps you to be able to knock this song out if you like to play it. Like I said, not chord for chord, note for note, but that's how I typically would choose to attack that song. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to show you anything else I can. God bless you.